Tinawag na unfair ni House Justice Committee member at Negros Oriental Representative Janice Degamo ang paratang ng kampo ni Attorney Mans Carpio na peke at kasinungalingan ang AMLAC report tungkol sa 6.7 billion pesos bank transaction ng mag-asawang Carpio at Vice President Sara Duterte. Isang lehitimong ahensya raw ang AMLAC at may presumption of regularity kapag sila ang nagpresenta. Kaugnay niyan at iba pang issue, makakasama natin si Attorney Neil Abayon, ang tagapagsalita ni Attorney Mans Carpio. Magandang tanghali po sa inyo, Attorney. Salamat po sa oras.
Yes, good afternoon po, Ms. Cheryl. Thank you for having me.
Ano po ang inyong reaksyon dito nga sa pahayag ni Congresswoman Janice Degamo na unfair yung pagsasabing peke ang AMLAC report tungkol po sa bank transactions ni na Attorney Mans at VP Sara?
So una-una po, we respect her opinion because that's her free speech. Ang masasabi lang din po namin, unfair din po yung ginawa kay Attorney Mans because number one, up to date po, hindi pa rin kami binibigyan ng official copy ng report na yon. We've requested since April 22. And then pangalawa po, dun sa impeachment hearing no April 22, Attorney Mans was also not invited despite na i-disclose pala yung personal information niya, sensitive personal information, AMLAC records niya. So unfair din po yung position namin.
Okay. Puntahan ko lamang po itong pinag-uusapan natin na AMLAC report, Attorney Abayon. Sa inyo po,
Yes.
saan nagmula yung inyong kumpiyansa na questionin itong isang opisyal na ahensya ng gobyerno? Sinasabi niyo po bang mali ang AMLAC bilang institusyon o yung interpretasyon po lang ng ulat?
Mali yung ginawa nila considering the Anti-Money Laundering Act as amended, RA 9160 as amended ng RA 11521. Ang nakalagay po kasi doon, the AMLAC and its secretariat shall not disclose any information in any manner. And then hindi po nag-provide ng exceptions yung batas na ginawa ng Congress. So kahit po impeachment process, we are of the position na it's absolutely confidential. And since dinisclose nila yung confidential information na yon in Congress, therefore that violates Section 8A of the Anti-Money Laundering Act and is therefore a criminal act po yun, illegal act, which carries penal sanctions po, imprisonment, fine, and disqualification from office.
So, Attorney, hindi po natin dito kini-question o pinag-uusapan yung report. It's yung proseso o yung pagsasalita o yung kumbaga ang kini-question po ng inyong kampo ay yung pagsisiwalat ng AMLAC. Pero yung laman na isiniwalat ng AMLAC, ibang usapin po 'yon.
So, we are addressing yung disclosure, yung act nilang pag-disclose. And then kahapon po si Attorney Mans, nag-press conference din po kami. He outright denies yung amount na nilagay doon. Wala po siyang 6.7 billion in transactional amounts.
Alin lang po ang tama doon sa sinabi o ni-report po ng AMLAC? Kasi yun nga po ang sinasabi ay fake, di po ba? So ano po ang eksaktong bahagi ang sinasabi po ni Attorney Mans or ng inyong kampo po na fake doon po sa isiniwalat ng AMLAC?
Una yung 6.7 billion na transactional amount. Attorney Mans denies that. And then, pangalawa yung act din nung House at nung AMLAC, hindi po nila kinlarify yung sa yung 2 billion na error. Kasi may isang transaction po doon, supposedly 2 million lang yung na-receive ni Attorney Mans. Pero nagkamali po yung bangko, nalagay nila 2 billion. Tapos of course, they corrected it, kinuha yung pera. So from there, that's already 2 billion inward, tapos 2 billion outward, 4 billion totaling. At based po dun sa nakuha naming unofficial copy, kasi yun nga po, hindi kami binibigyan ng copy, di ba? So, naghanap-hanap lang kami online, nakakita kami, then we checked yung sa YouTube clips po from the House of Representatives. Meron yun actually part ng AMLAC report sa may dulo, yung error na yun na 2 billion. Pero hindi yun dinisclose ng maayos ng AMLAC and the House during their hearing.
So sabi nyo nga po, hanggang ngayon ay hinihintay nyo pa since April 22 na bigyan kayo ng eksaktong ipinresenta ng AMLAC doon po sa hearing.
Yes. Up to date, wala pong binibigay sa amin.
Okay.
So kung makita po ninyo, it's also very unfair on the part of Attorney Mans kasi dinisclose na yung mga personal information niya, sensitive personal information. Yet number one, he was never given a copy to directly confront it. And number two, he was not even invited to attend para ma-question man lang niya. Considering personal circumstances niya na po yun. Plus yung sinampina pa po ng House of Representatives ay yung period prior pa nung kasal nila ni VP Sara. So wala na pong kinalaman actually yun. Tapos, plus the mere fact na since 2006, hindi na rin po related yun sa impeachable offense eh. Kasi supposedly, dapat yung pinasabpina lang nila 2022 onwards because that's very clear po from the Duterte versus HOR case na, na ang impeachable offense must only be for the period of the term ng impeachable officer. So 2021 pababa, that's what we call in the rule of law po as incompetent, as irrelevant na evidence, meaning hindi po relevant na to the issue. So as to the reason ng House kung bakit nila ginawa yun, sinama nila all the way back, hindi na po namin masabi. Pero yung sa amin lang dito, na violate po talaga yung right to privacy ni Attorney Mans in relation dun sa right po niya against unreasonable searches and seizures, na which is also a constitutionally protected right po yan under the Bill of Rights.
Sinabi po ng AMLAC na ito ay transaction value, Attorney Abayon, o yung pinagsama-samang galaw ng pera. So hindi ibig sabihin, it is clear na hindi ibig sabihin ang net worth, hindi ibig sabihin ito yung net worth ni Attorney Mans.
Yes.
Ni VP Sara. So paano niyo po ito ipinapaliwanag ngayon nga sa publiko? Ngayong ito na yung lumabas. And hindi kaya posibleng malaki yung total transactions kahit hindi ganun kalaki yung actual na yaman? Ganun po ba yun?
Yes, tama po yung understanding niyo dun, ma'am. So yung ginagawa namin currently, dun sa press con kahapon, pinakita namin yung example na pag nag-deposit, tapos nag-withdraw, tapos ending balance, based dun sa nakuha naming unofficial records, it appears na ganun yung computation na ginawa ng AMLAC. Parang 100 pesos, pero since may pasok 100, withdraw 100, ending balance, tinotal into 200 or 300. And then syempre, pag withdraw nyo po yung funds na yun, tapos you redeposit it again, that's another transactional line. So baka kinonsider at sinama pa rin po yun ng AMLAC despite it being the same money na nire-deposit lang. And then pagtatandaan din po kasi natin in bank accounts, diba, meron din pong interest. So kung nagkaka-interest po yung pera natin, let's say 5 pesos, pumasok interest, that's another transactional line, baka sinama din po yun ng AMLAC. Hindi lang namin directly maano talaga, ma'am, kasi wala pa po kaming official talaga. But we are just commenting on all the information that we have gathered so far kasi heavily politicized na po eh. And then si Attorney Mans being a private individual, nagiging collateral damage na po sa political noise. Kaya directly in-address na niya na he is refuting yung allegations ng AMLAC na may 6.7 billion siya na financial transactions. Plus yun nga po, yung sa error din na 2 billion pumasok. If we follow yung ginawa ng AMLAC, 2 billion inward, outward 2 billion, 4 billion agad yun.
Aha. Pero hindi nyo po pinasisinungalingan na may pumasok nga na 2 billion. Mali lang yung...
Yes, mali yung napasok ng bangko. 2 million lang supposedly yung yung fees ni Attorney Mans from his client.
So ito po ay ang mangyayari, hintayin nyo na makakuha kayo ng kopya nitong from AMLAC, ibabangga nyo doon din sa nakuha nyo pong transactions na patunay mula naman sa bangko, sa bangko po, that particular bank.
Yes. Yes, opo. That is correct. We will review everything. Ngayon kasi we are commenting na addressing everything kasi yun nga po very na po yung political noise, magulo na po masyado. Mixing and matching na transactional amount, sasabihin 6 billion yung pera, which is hindi po yung totoo.
So ano po ang inyong susunod na action? Knowing na so far whatever you have ay na-violate yung kayong bank secrecy law, no? At saka yung data
Anti-Money
privacy
Laundering Act. Yes.
ni Attorney Mans. Pero may aksyon po ba kayong gagawin laban sa AMLAC for doing this?
We filed actually a case, ma'am, criminal case last Monday, for violation of AMLA, the Bank Secrecy, and DPA against the BSP, the Anti-Money Laundering Council, and some members of House. Nag-file na po si Attorney Mans. Criminal case po yung final. Due to a violation of confidentiality and disclosure of sensitive personal information.
Okay. Siguro po, may mga abogado kasing nagsasabi, Attorney Abayon, protektado ng konstitusyon ang media sa ganitong pag-uulat. Ano po ang tugon nyo rito? Kasi di po ba nagbanta rin, may pagbabanta rin na mag-ingat dapat ang media sa mga inire-report?
Una ma'am, hindi po yun pagbabanta from
Ng
our
babala.
end.
Parang may ganun lumalabas na
Hindi,
may babala po sa
in-explain lang
media.
namin ma'am dun sa presscon. We
Aha.
flashed the law dun sa presscon. We have to remember ma'am, number one, hindi po kami yung authors ng batas. It's Congress. So yung point lang po namin doon, baka kasi parang maging maging fall guy or scapegoat yung media. Kasi yun nga po, like what I've repeatedly mentioned, di ba? Yung political noise is very magulo na. So baka idamay yung media na, disclose nyo to kasi it might help the political angle nung other party. So baka hindi po alam ng media na may illegal, na may criminal act provisions po yun under the RA 9160 as amended. So we just showed that para maging aware na bawal yung political persecution, bawal gamitin for political persecution purposes yung AMLAC records. Kasi aside from the penal sanctions po naka-provide doon, even in section 16 din po of RA 9160, naglagay din doon na bawal talaga gamitin for political persecution. Pero ang gusto ko po lang po talaga maintindihan ng media personalities dito, hindi po kami yung gumawa ng batas. We are just reminding. And
Okay.
at the end of the day, if you think that is censorship po, mali po yan ng Congress. Sila po yung gumawa nun eh.
So hindi
Yes,
babala, paalala sa media.
Paalala
Ganun po
lang
yun.
po kasi baka po madamay tayo sa political noise ba? Kasi hindi, yun nga po, baka biglang bigyan kayo kung ano-anong information para lang pumabor dun sa political angle nila at unknowingly ma-disclose nyo. Meron pong penal sanctions for that.
Panghuli, balikan ko lamang po yung hinihintay nyo pang report mula sa AMLAC it's already May 5, since April
Yes, May 5
22,
po.
sinasabi nyo. Kung wala pa rin po kayong, nag-follow up po ba ang inyong kampo? Ano po ang tugon man lang, sagot man lang ng AMLAC at bakit wala pa rin po kayong kopya ng report?
So we've made known our position naman na po publicly eh. So our position is we've already performed good faith on our part to show the public na wala kaming tinatago kasi sinagot na namin, refute na namin lahat ng allegations so far. Supposedly, hindi nga po dapat kailangan talaga gawin yan ni Attorney Mansman kasi number one, hindi naman po siya respondent sa impeachment. Number two, wala naman pong any case filed against him. Pero yun nga po, as a showing of good faith kasi nadadamay na kami sa politika. Tapos yung delays na ginagawa na hindi kami binibigyan, it is being used against us. And that is why we directly addressed it na po yesterday.
Bakit ho kaya natatagalan? Or paano ho kung hindi ho talaga kayo mabigyan ng kopya?
I-review namin fully muna ma'am kung ano yung magiging impact. Kung ano yung magiging impact sa karapatan ni Attorney Mans, we will review everything, then we will exhaust all available legal remedies po.
Marami pong salamat
Basta
sa inyo.
kami, we've made known our position.
Marami pong salamat sa inyong oras, Attorney Neil Abayon, tagapagsalita ni Attorney Mans Carpio.